All right, welcome everybody out to today's webinar. I want to first and foremost thank everybody for chiming in for about the next 45 to 50 minutes, hanging out with me on my birthday and learning exactly how you guys can basically master Amazon sales on autopilot. So for those that know me, know that I came out with the course about a year ago to this day, or a month, if you will, December last year. I started testing some Amazon associate which is Amazon affiliate products, selling them with niche fan pages and getting really, really cheap clicks. So a lot of people love that course, and I still have people to this day getting results, going through that course, and kind of setting the foundation, which we're going to talk about today. You know, setting that foundation and fundamentals for them inside of their business. So if you are watching this webinar and you're live and you have AZ Beast and it's done anything for you at all, I want you to chime in right here, okay? And I want you guys to do that just for the people that may not know what AZ Beast is all about. Well, guess what, guys? I decided to kind of extend that, if you will, and I'll talk by the end of this webinar, guys. I'm going to talk to you guys exactly how you can take full advantage of making about an average of, and I'm just going to kind of dive in here and show you guys. I also want to show you my inventory before we get started on foundation offer follow up. You can see I got about 93 products available. This morning when I woke up, I believe it was about 80. So remember that number, 93, all right? Because I have someone that's actually right now, as we speak, listing products for me, okay? And I'm going to talk to you guys how you can do that. Well, I started this account. You can see 3 pending orders just came in probably today. Well, a couple last night and 1 today. So you can see orders are constantly coming in, and you guys can see the numbers down here. So once again, if you're looking at if you're already doing 10, 20, 100K, because I am working with people that are doing 100K a month in sales on Amazon. If you're already doing those numbers, I'm going to be perfectly honest. This webinar is probably not for you, okay? But I think for the most part, I know about 80% of the people on here, and I know that $100, $200 a day would be very beneficial to a lot of your family. So I show you these numbers because I'm very, very transparent. Okay, now obviously this is not all profit. I'll be very transparent about that as well. You can see our last payment we got was $550. We got a couple more days. We'll probably hit about 13, 1400 for the next payout, which will probably be at least half, if not more than half profit. Okay, so about 70%, maybe 80% of what comes up here is profit. Okay, and I'm going to talk to you guys today about how to find and promote or list, I should say, because there's really no promotions until you get into paid advertising, and we'll talk about that later as well. But once again, I wanted to extend my AZ Beast mastery, and I figured, you know what, it is still Amazon, and I started this count, like I said, about 2 weeks ago, and the sales are flying in. Okay, so we've been averaging about $100 a day. Some days is 150, some days is 75. I think our best day was almost about 300, and of course that was close to Black Friday. So once again, guys, if you're on this webinar, you're probably going to want to be making 100, 200, maybe even $300 a day. I want to be very transparent and clear about that. Do we have other income streams that make us way more than that? Sure. But we also have to have something for the people that are, A, looking to get started, or B, looking to improve their Amazon skill set. So what I'm going to do very quickly is I am going to close this out here or minimize that, minimize a couple things. And I'm going to move into my foundation, offer, and follow-up presentation. So for those that know me, know that this is the basis of what I do for any internet business. I don't care if it's, or offline business for that matter, right? Or e-commerce business, a niche fan page, a blog, whatever the case may be. You're always going to need foundation, offer, and this is supposed to be follow-up. For those that know me, I've never changed that in my presentation. Foundation, offer, and follow-up, guys. So having some type of website, fan page, blog, and then having an offer, right? So for Amazon, your offer is the product, right? And then having some type of follow-up formula. And this is the basis of the new book that I put out, and we'll talk more about that later. But let's go ahead and let's get started with foundation. So in this case, obviously a Facebook fan page, a blog, a money site, a capture page, something that people can see that's that really lifts you up. That what is your foundation? In this case, it's going to be Amazon, right? But it typically, what I do is I'll use, like, for example, I'll use my my website as an example. Whoop. Or I'll say my book page, right? Because this is my page is loading a lot faster, right? This is a foundation for me when it comes to my book, right? So this is basically where people can come and they can see my brand. They can, learn more about me. They can see testimonies from plenty of people that I've helped. And this is a foundation. Okay. So obviously in this case, your foundation is going to be your Amazon website. Okay. I want to talk more about that later and how to get started with that. But I just want to kind of give you guys a visual. So whether it's a Facebook fan page or a blog or a money site or a capture page, you're going to want to have an offer, right? Which whether it's digital or tangible, is probably going to have some kind of custom funnel, aka foundation or landing page or capture page for them to enter into, right? So just like you might have registered for this webinar, the foundation was the webinar page, and the offer was, hey, come hang out with me on my birthday, and I'll show you how to make money with Amazon. That was the offer, right? Not necessarily any monetary value, attached to that offer per se, but it was an offer to get you here to this webinar. Okay, so the next part we have is follow up. Now, I just want to ask this question: has anyone here on this webinar ever gotten any follow up emails from me? So after you opt into fawformula.com, have you ever got a email from me, right? I would hope so. Now that's the follow up. So Eric says, love the AZ Beast course. Awesome. Appreciate that feedback. Anybody else? Let's see. Whoop. All right, so we're good. Let's keep moving forward, guys. So once again, you got to have some kind of follow up. If you've ever gotten follow up from me, just chime in. Um, Here's what I'm gonna do, man. I feel like giving some money away. It's my birthday, but I feel like giving something away. So what I'm gonna do is for the most engaging people, right? Well, this is not gonna set the precedence for what I'm gonna give away, but I'm gonna take $25 in PayPal cash for the person that engages the most, and at the end of this webinar creates the best post about what they learned today is gonna win 25 bucks. And I'm gonna have Nicholas, who's one of my close business partners, I'm going to have him help me to determine who is the most engaging and who creates the best post at the end of this video about what they learned and tags me in that video. All right. So hopefully that 25 bucks in PayPal cash will wake you guys up. All right. So the most engaging on that post, if you just chimed in, the post that we're engaging on right now, right? And I'm sure I'll start seeing a lot more comments, right? I just brought up some money. I'm gonna give away 25 bucks. All right, I feel like having fun. It's my birthday. You guys made it out here. You're hanging out with me, so I appreciate you guys. So $25 PayPal cash to the most engaging person throughout the webinar, as well as the one that creates the best post about what they learned specifically, and then actually digest throughout the webinar. All right, so let's move forward, guys. Follow up is going to be webinars like this. This is a form of follow up. All right, you jumped on the webinar list, and then community calls like we have Monday through Thursday sometimes, Facebook group communities. I know a lot of you guys are inside of my Facebook group communities, so that's a form of follow-ups for me to follow up and give you guys value videos and things of that nature on a daily, weekly basis. Emails, like I said, I know a lot of you guys probably got emails from me. If you did, go ahead and use that as an opportunity to engage on that post. Let me know, yes, I get follow-up emails from you. I want to know my emails are working. And once again, valuable videos. So for those that don't know about foundation offer follow-up, that's pretty much what it is. I'm not going to get into what components are missing from your business. We'll get into some more of that stuff later. So foundation offer follow-up is a really, really powerful formula that I put together that it gives me a way to measure what people are doing and what they're not, right? So if they don't have email follow-ups, okay, you're missing a component in your business. If you don't have an offer, right? Like my one of my offers is my book. Another one of my offers is Traveling Beast. Another one of my offers is, showing up at my events and coaching, okay? So once again, thank you for engaging. Brandy, she says she got an email from me earlier. Eric's got emails. All right, so we got a bunch of people on this webinar. Once again, I'm just asking for your engagement. That way I know you're paying attention. You're there and you're not watching football or something like that, right? So let's move forward. Who at this point? I need some engagement, guys. Let's get the energy high on this this webinar before I move into the Amazon webinar presentation. Who wants to know exactly how? And I mean exactly how. I'm going to break down things for you guys to a science. How we've been averaging about $100 a day ever since I'd say Black Friday or so. I do. There we go. Kendra got an email. Sweet. All right. Make sure help me out, Nick. Let's pay attention to who's engaging here. So whoever just jumped on. We're engaging on this post. $25 PayPal cash goes to the person that engages the most and makes a post at the end and tags me. Yes. All right, Kendra, I love it. I love your energy. Keep it moving. All right, Dagmar, thank you. How do you average 100? That's what I'm going to show you, Dagmar. I promise you that. Brandy, does a car take gas? Yes. Yes, my brother. I get emails weekly. Okay, perfect. Dagmar, how do you create an outsourced team? Perfect. We're going to talk about that as well. I will touch on that, Nick. I get emails weekly. You're funny, bro. All right, all right, all right, all right. So I guess the rule is no repetitive posts, but you're funny. I like you, brother. All right, Dagmar, I get the emails all the time. Perfect. Matt's got a little sense of humor. Well, a big one, actually. Perfect, perfect. Cool, cool. All right. So you guys get emails all the time, and it looks like the only person that wants to learn how to make $100 a day average is Dagmar, right? Anybody else? Yeah, I'm teasing you guys a little bit. I'm just having some fun. Leave me alone. What's the old saying? It's my birthday, right? And I'm just looking at the attendees. I'm very excited at the turnout of this webinar, guys. All right, what else do we got? Let's see. Carla needs the 1K a day because she's already probably doing about 100 a day on Amazon. So she's going to come out as well with me and speak to you guys about what she's been doing, or chime in on, tap in on some of what I'm going to talk to you guys about, and she'll give you guys some tips. Carla's killing it as well. Cynthia, perfect. Forget 100 a day. I want 200 a day. There you go. Well, hey, guess what? When you know how to do 100 a day, scaling up to 200 is not a problem. All right, I hope I get a lot more now. I really respect your transparency. Of course, that's how you know me, Brandy. We go back a little bit. That's how I am. All right, 100 a day at least. Got you. All right, guys, I got what I needed. Let's move forward. So I am going to go through some of this presentation. I know most of you guys know me, but I am going to go through this for the sake of the people watching the replay. So AZ Beast Mastery, how to make sales with Amazon on autopilot, guys. So who is Jermaine Steele? Multiple six-figure mastermind. This is where I kind of stroke my ego a little bit and talk about my family. There is my youngest son in the back seat. You can see on the top right corner, Mr. Little Jermaine Lee Monster Steele. And then on the left picture here, you can see my oldest. He'll be 18 in a little bit over a year. Super excited. He's already got a job. He's already working. Very responsible. Both of them are very amazing kids. All right. Especially comparatively to what I used to be when I was, 13 years old. So it's exciting to be able to bring these kids up the right way. You can see that's one of my favorite things to do on the bottom right corner is be on my phone, travel, be with my family, and help people online. So a lot of times people go, Jermaine, you're always on your phone, right? And it's because I'm dedicated and I have a passion for helping people to succeed. So there's me in the left-hand corner, March 2011. Let's see, March 7th, 2011. I remember the exact date because the next day I got fired from my job. And I want to make sure I got some feedback in the chat. I want to make sure everyone's still with me, can hear me. There is a replay, brother. All right, no problem. So I'm going to keep moving here. But March 2011, I got fired from my job 2 months after buying my first home. You can see that is me at an event. I believe it was 2012. Aaron Parker, some of you guys might know him. Really cool guy. We've done some business together in the past. And I put that picture there because that kind of landmarks one of my first really breakthrough events where I realized all the guys that were making a bunch of money were no different than me, right? Literally no different than me. They wake up every morning, they put their pants on one leg at a time, like David Sharp says. They have a voice like I have. They have 2 legs, 2 arms, at least most of them that are blessed. Once again, so I put that picture there to kind of landmark an event that absolutely changed my life. Now in the bottom right corner, you can see I have there's my nephew in the middle and my youngest son on the right, and we have our RV that we just purchased this year. We're blessed to be able to buy. We're calling it the Beast Mobile. So now I've showed you guys about my why. I want to know about your why, guys. So on that thread, while I'm kind of catching up with what you guys are saying, chime in. What is your why, right? Do you want to travel the world? Do you want a freedom lifestyle? And I know a lot of your whys because I know a lot of the people on this webinar, but there's a few I don't know. And I want to hear what makes you tick every single day. What makes you get up every single day and jump on webinars like this and take your time away from football and family and kids to try and, learn or to learn more and expand your business. So what is your why? While I'm catching up with your comments. So forget 100. All right, so it looks like Eric is with you guys. Matt, your wife says you're always on the phone too. Yeah, that's been something that's been kind of lurking over me for the past 6 years since I've been kind of quote trying, and then obviously moving into the phase where we're not trying anymore and we're making a bunch of money. But I remember when I was trying to make money, we'd go to birthday parties and baby showers and whatever. I mean, things, just family functions, and people would see me on the phone. And at the time, I was still working, making 70, 80 grand a year before I got fired. And people go, man, what are you doing? Get off your phone. You're supposed to enjoy the time with family. And, I've always tried to find a balance, right? Where I felt like I was, but I didn't want to sit there for 5 hours and, talk about, gossip and talk about what everybody else is doing. I wanted to be able to pursue the dream, the vision that I see, that I saw, which is what I'm doing now today. So, I always just said to myself, all right, you guys will see one day. And now they see, they see us traveling all the time, and, it's very worth it. So I don't care what anybody says. We definitely need our phone to be able to communicate and help others. So Dagmar, on top of it, I can still hear you, even though it goes in and out a little bit. I want the freedom to do and go where I want to be able to help people and have that same lifestyle. I want to be able to travel and help disadvantaged peoples around the world and not worry about bills and have complete freedom because they told me I couldn't. Carla, I love it. I want financial peace. I love it, Shannon. My children seeing, knowing, and making sure they do better than I did. I'm with you. My kids are there. I know your kids are there. I still got a video of your little boy, Kutika. I'll send it to you someday. Back in, was it Chicago? Cynthia, I know my education cannot all be in college. I also want to learn to how to be financially free. Perfect. Family and to a force of change for others. My family needs a home and so much more. I want my niece and nephews to know there is so much more instead of just poverty and limit. I want to start a foundation for troubled youth and single parents. I want to leave a legacy before I leave this earth. We definitely got to talk again, Brandy. Get caught up, maybe later today or later this week after this webinar. So I love all these whys, guys. I mean, this is typically where everyone will go with it: family, travel, freedom, help other people. Matt says, I want to help others, not just financially, but more importantly, what the finances can do to change lives. I want to give ministries that I am passionate about, want to travel the world, and I want to start a nonprofit foundation with my business partner. I love it, man. I love it. So let's move forward, guys. Let me see if anybody is asking questions on the webinar chat. For those that are just tuning in, $25 to the most engaging people throughout the webinar, as well as the person that creates the best post on what they learned about. So let's get into the teaching here on what they learned about throughout this webinar. All right. So I want to keep your guys' attention and I want to keep you guys engaged. All right. So what is your why? A lot of people said family, travel the world, help others, quit your job. As you can see here, this is us last Christmas to the left. This is my why. This is why I do what I do. That's us in Vegas on the bottom right corner, just being silly. That phone is actually connected to my cell phone. So it's a wired, one of those, if you guys have ever saw them. So we're just being goofy out in Vegas, having a good time. There's a wedding we attended, I don't know, a few months back for one of her cousins. So that's my why. Giving back and helping others in their journey. For those that know me, we're actually going to be doing some of that today. I'm super excited because it's my birthday, but I want to go out and I want to give back, just like I feel I'm giving back right now on this webinar. So, whoop. We jumped a little bit ahead. Let me jump back to this PowerPoint here. So for those that know and are looking to assist and contribute, Carla's been a big contribution. There's a few other people on here that have contributed to Operation Hobo, which is helping others bring optimism. So what we do as we're traveling, you can see here, we'll go out and we'll buy stuff. And sometimes it's from Family Dollar. Sometimes it's from Walmart or Walgreens or Rite Aid or whatever. But we'll go and we'll look for really good deals on things so we can get the most out of our dollar. That portion of what we're contributing will give back to people. So that's one of my things that I really want to do more of. Right? I don't think we can ever do enough of that. But finding the time to get the products and do all that. But I figured today's the day where kind of everybody online understands it's my birthday. So I'm going to take the day and we're going to go out and we're going to find probably 3 or 4 homeless, people or families, and we're going to give back. Now, another one of my whys and passions is mentoring people to 6 and 7 figures. So, for those that know me, know that I have been a part of and assisted a lot of individuals in making 6 and 7 figures, traveling and assisting others to do the same along the way, and fixing myself before I can help others. So, there's been a lot of things along the way that I've had to fix about myself. And as I move forward in my journey, there's probably quite a few other things that I can fix, and I'm sure that you guys can relate as you're listening to the sound of my voice. So most people say that you have to have a big budget to get started making money online, right? Has anybody ever heard that you have to have a big budget to get started making money online? All right. So a lot of people say, well, you got to spend money to make money. You got to go all in, right? A big culture of a company that I used to be part of was, you gotta go all in, right? A great company, amazing company, by the way. And this is not me being negative. This is me saying that a lot of times, you know, in certain situations, you may need to go all in, but the all in is not monetary. The all in is your heart, is your passion, is your work ethic, is your grind, is your hustle on a daily basis. Are you doing things like what we talked about in formula, webinars and calls, and consistently communicating with people, and being there even when you don't want to be there, right? So you have to have a big budget to make money online is a fallacy. And we're going to talk about today how you guys can spend, I'd say a fair amount to start an internet business. Okay, so let me digress back into the comments. These comments definitely keep me moving and get, yeah, West Chicago memories, definitely travel, legacy, helping others. Yeah, I like let that idea hold me back for a long time. Don't have to if your resources wisely. Lots of inexpensive or free ways to, definitely. Yes, I've heard people say that if you really care about your future, you will find the money to go all in. All right, cool. So I can't lie. I've been that person where I've said, look, if you want to, go all in, go borrow the money, do whatever you got to do to get it. And I'll tell you why in a lot of cases I do that is because I don't dictate whether or not that person's going to have that massive success, right? So if they want to go out and they want to join my business and spend $1,000 or $5,000 or $10,000, I don't dictate whether or not they're going to be able to speed up and keep up and be able to build the business they want. But I definitely know what it's like to not have money and go all in a business. I spent literally my last money going all in with the company that I spoke of earlier. And that was actually my breakthrough. So today we're talking more so about, the truth, and, what I'm going to show you guys today is going to cost less than, maybe not your cell phone bill, but it's going to cost less than my cell phone bill. So, um, some of you guys might be open and transparent about this, but some of you guys may not. How much is your bill, right? How much is your monthly cell phone bill? I'm being honest. Mine is about $165, and it is ridiculous. Let's see. I'll read your why here in just a minute, Quelza. Give me just a minute. Well, I'll read it now. It says, I mentor juvenile delinquents and foster care children. I'm a teacher that wants to teach these skills to less fortunate people and change the poverty in Oakland. Definitely. Talk to me, man. I'll be out in Lodi. So, talk to me and we'll talk about, what we can do while I'm out there. But first, I want to see who's chiming in. Who pays about as much as me for their cell phone bill? Let's see. $320. I hope your kids are on that bill, Eric. Shannon, 90 for two. Okay, so that, all right, cool. I just switched my son over to Cricket. So yeah, his is about 35, but mine personally is about 60 between 180 or so, depending on what I do. $85 for 140. Okay, so we're gonna take Dagmar's as an example, and Eric, right? So we're gonna kind of average these all out. All right, so about 190. Okay, so I know a lot of you guys probably pay an average of about $100. So anyway, we're going to talk today, guys, about a way you can get started for, a little bit under your cell phone bill or maybe a little bit over. So why should you listen to the beast? And, I'm having fun with this. This is a little bit of an older presentation. I kind of spliced in some information, but, I've helped over 18 people to reach a six-figure status and more by now. Mastermind behind over 600K plus in product launches. And why should you listen to me? Because I wear sunglasses at night and visionary by day. Of course, that's a joke. Here are some results, guys. So obviously you saw this was the last paycheck, the $548 that we were able to obtain back into our Amazon account. And the beauty of this is all money that's going back into our business. So we have a portion of our business that makes us enough on a monthly basis that we don't really need to tap into this money. So for those that have multiple income streams, this is a perfect passive way for you to get moving. And I had to throw this $7,500 payment down there just to kind of show you guys that it's not just small ticket stuff that we're doing, but it's also bigger ticket stuff. And I closed out about 20 grand in sales over the weekend. And I don't say that to brag. I say that to say that I set a goal for our family this month, which is not about the number per se, but it's about setting a goal and doing what you say you're going to do. So we said 50K this month in sales, which will be our biggest month. And I'm aside of myself that it's like the 12th. Well, it's the 13th. Hello, it's my birthday. It's the 13th of the month, and we're more than halfway there. Okay, so I'm super excited, and I share that not to brag or boast, but to say that, look, we've had some ups and downs even this year, guys. We've had ups and downs in sales. Okay, but the thing is, when you set a goal and you set your mind to doing something and you stick to it, these are the types of results you can get. So, here's in the top right corner. Here's one of my clients actually who just made his first I think 4 or 5 sales, and he says this is exciting. So how do I scale up from here? All right. So what I need to do before I move forward is I need your permission to release some high level info. Right. So I'm going to talk to you guys about some basics, but the stuff that I'm going to be teaching you that is potential for you and your business, I believe is high level information. And some people charge $1,000 to teach what I'm going to teach you guys today. So can I just get a yes? Yes, Jermaine, let's keep moving. Something inside of the chat. All right. Remember, the most engaging, just in case you just jumped on, the most engaging, and it makes the best post, right? At the end of this webinar, based on what you've learned today, $25 straight to your PayPal. I feel like giving some cash away. 2 arms and a leg. Sweet. Are you two? Yeah. Okay. So you get Walik's emails. Got you. So there he's got the follow up in place. Walik is killing it. He's doing some big things in his business right now. Your cell phone is free. Oh yeah, that's right. Mr. Nick's got some ninja stuff he's doing and getting free cell phone bills. So I'm ready to get this money. Let's go. Bring it. Pull the trigger. Yes, yes, and a playback. Let's get moving like U-Haul. Cool. All right. So I'm going to kind of bounce back and forth through the presentation because there's some things I want to show you on my sites and, inside of my browsers, but I also want to, like I said, make sure that I keep myself on track with the presentation. So who has ever sold on Amazon? Go ahead and comment on my post. I know Carla has. I believe Matt's done some stuff. I'm not sure though. Who has ever sold on Amazon? Yes, no, and I want you to talk about struggles and I want you to talk about benefits. So anything you got, Carla, I know you got a couple of, things you could give as far as feedback. Actually have you come out here and speak in just a little bit, but pros of Amazon selling. All right. So we're going to talk about the obviously the positives first, which I believe is passive income. Once you get your store set up and running, your items listed, they will sell over and over again. All right. When I started this test account about 2 weeks ago or so, maybe a little bit over 2 weeks, and I had someone list products for me for very minimal cost, let's say pennies on the dollar, and I woke up the next day and I saw sales coming in already, I said, all right, it's time to scale this bad boy up. And that's where we're at now. All right. So that's one of the pros is once your listings are there, once you have really good products, they can make sales on a daily consistent basis. Right. So bi-weekly paychecks right on time from Amazon or eBay, right, is directly deposited to your account. So eBay goes straight into your PayPal. And the only reason I bring up eBay right now, because once you start selling on Amazon, there's really no reason why you shouldn't be selling on eBay and vice versa. Okay. Because with what we're doing right now, it's literally just a message away for me to be able to get my items listed to my outsourcer. Okay. So I have a team of outsourcers that I have available to me that I say, hey, list these items on Amazon. Hey, list these items on eBay. And we'll talk more about that later. So scalability, especially during the holiday seasons or trending products, which we'll talk about later. I want to talk a little bit about the cons of Amazon selling. Okay. So for people that are on this webinar, let's see here. We got some people chiming in on the chat. So for people that are on this webinar, I really want to be transparent and I want to talk about some cons. I want to talk about some things that I think might not be so attractive. But if you're willing to get and work around those things, I'm telling you, you can have a thriving business, especially for 2016. And personally, I'm looking to help 12 people in 2016 during November and December, the two biggest months, of e-commerce. I'm looking to help those people literally take their e-commerce business to a six-figure business. Okay, so keeping your feedback and customer service up to par can be a task in itself if not done correctly. So when we first started, I had a couple orders and being transparent where I got two negative feedbacks, and I was like, no, 0% feedback because now no one else has left the positive feedback, so now I've got negative feedback. All right, well, I'm gonna talk about how I got around that and how I got the customers to go ahead and remove those feedbacks, right? So now don't have any positive, but I don't have any negative. All right. So as long as you're working towards the business and you're providing good customer service, you're going to be okay. Products with low profits, right? If you're buying something for $6 and selling it for $9, $3 profit on a product might not be ideal, but think about if you're selling in volume. Okay. So if you're selling in volume and you're selling 10 of that product every day, right? And the only thing you're doing is fulfillment, you're making $30 on a product that all it's taking is a couple it's taking you a couple of buttons to press to fulfill the orders. All right. So products with low profits, I believe, could be a con. Having to pay for products up front. Just know that with Amazon, you will need to pay for your products up front. And I'm going to talk to you guys about how and why it's good to start with lower costing products. Okay, so you can sell them for 10 or 15, but being able to get 10 or $15 products for 75 cents is going to help you out, right? So if you're selling high ticket or medium ticket or whatever, the higher products, you're definitely going to want to have some type of credit card or some kind of cash flow going in your business, because it will be 2 weeks, or depending on when you start, right? It will be 2 weeks or so, maybe a week before you get paid again. And so that's part of what I feel is a con. Okay, you're having to pay for the products up front. Now, eBay. Okay, if you're going to start with eBay, and we'll talk about how you can do that later. Then what you can do is you can get the money from PayPal as long as you don't have a new PayPal account, and you can pay for that and just keep the profit. Okay, so that's like I said, a little bit of pros and cons there. How to find products and time consuming to do so. All right, so I'm going to talk about how I personally do not. Ashley personally does not find her own products. We do not find our own products. We actually outsource that as well. So that could be a con if you're bogging yourself down with research. Getting started with dropshipping, guys, what we're going to talk about today is what are you going to sell, setting up your account, the consistency and execution, handling orders and customer service, outsourcing, and paid traffic. So these are all the things we're going to talk about today. And believe it or not, I'm going to sum this up in about 25, 30 minutes. But first, before I move forward again, let me check my Facebook inboxes because it just seems to be blowing up. And let me also check the comments. I'm actually selling things on Amazon as we speak, and I'll post a screenshot real quick. And let me see your guys' comments before we move forward. Let's see here. Lots of engagement. I love it. Going to be a killer webinar. All right. Killer webinar for everybody on here. So I sell more eBay outsourced from Amazon. Awesome. Math, I suck at math, so sometimes don't figure in fees. Great for leverage across multiple platforms. No Amazon action yet myself. No, but I have been looking into it a lot lately. Not on Amazon, but affiliate in the process. Okay, perfect. All right, so lots of engagement. I appreciate the feedback, guys. Keep it up. Let's move back into the presentation so we can get to like the real stuff, right? So you know what you're going to learn about today? So some of you guys are familiar with this stuff, but I'm going to treat this webinar like a newbie's watching this webinar. So steps to finding products to sell on Amazon. So what we typically do is we use watch count to find high selling products, right? And I'm going to go into watch count. I'm going to show you how to do it. Once we find high selling products, right, we're going to so another thing I like to do, I'm sorry, not once we find it, but another thing I like to do is use the Google tool to research different niches. All right, I obviously didn't finish tool in there, but that's supposed to be use the Google tool to research different niches. We're going to do a little bit of that. Ask people their favorite things or items about a movie. Most times they know. X-Men Apocalypse is coming out. If anyone knows about new movies or new trending topics, chime in on the thread. Get some value on that thread. But yeah, once again, using the Google AdWords or Bing Research tool. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump into that. All right. So I want to go ahead and take watch count as an example. And I want to take, let's just do autism. All right. So Autism Awareness Month is coming up. really good niche. So what you do is you go and you type in autism. All right. And so what are you looking for? You're looking for products that have a lot of watchers. You're looking for products that have a lot of sales. But you're also looking for products that you can buy for really cheap. Like, let's see, I believe the earrings I just sold a pair of this morning. Right. So let's see, autism earrings. And you can see here, I can get them for about, I think there's somewhere I can get them for $1, but I sold them for, I think, $15 this morning. These specific ones here. And we can get those for $4.55. Okay. So once again, your main goal, and here's what I suggest people to do. If you don't have the luxury of outsourcing and you don't have the luxury of having someone else do it for you, is to grab the product. Okay, so you're gonna, obviously, if you're using eBay to source on Amazon, you're gonna drop your products in there. All right. So what you do is you just go through and you say, you know what, I can mark this up. Here's a product that I would, either list myself or have my outsourcer list it for me. And once again, you just go through and you find products that are selling well, that that will align with the niche that you're looking to target, whether it's now or in the future, and you just create a list of hundreds of listings, and then you give that over to your outsourcer, or obviously you go back and you copy them and you do all the tedious work yourself, which I don't suggest at all, simply because it is very time consuming. Now, if you're not making any money in your business, it may be ideal that you do it for yourself. Okay. But if you are making some type of money, I'm going to highly suggest that you outsource this part of your business. Okay. So you can also use let's do it here. We'll do it on Bing. You can also use the Bing research tool, and you can type in, autism. Okay. You can see there's autism. I was typing in autism toys earlier. And let's see here. So there's about 10 people a day that search for autism toys. Okay. And you kind of know that, all right, when you get into like paid advertising, for about 21 cents a click, you can target that paid keyword. But I don't want to get too far off track because I'm going to talk a little bit about paid advertising later. Ruby says, how do you find the pick so fast on eBay from watch count? Well, you just click through from it, and then you just go to eBay and you'll find the picture there. Boom. And you just copy and save the picture there yourself. All right. So does anyone have questions in reference to finding products? I think it's probably one of the little, more easier things to do, but I don't want to go too fast on this webinar because I want to make sure everybody's following me, and I want to make sure the people that are watching the replay are following me as well. All right. So anybody got any questions about finding products? We'll talk a little bit more about outsourcers later. All right. So you can find outsourcers on Fiverr. Yes. You can find outsourcers on Upwork. So far, so good. Dagmar says, love watch count. Yes. Takes you right to the money. Cool. Cool. The info given has been great. Perfect. I saw on eBay, looking to start selling on Amazon. Okay, cool. Autism shirts, but didn't have much success. Could have been targeting or design. Definitely. See, so what Matt is talking about is paid advertising when it comes to like Facebook ads. So the thing I love about Amazon is, guys, I'm telling you, literally, once the products are listed, you are tapping into Amazon's traffic. So unless you want to go into paid advertising with Amazon sponsored listings, you don't have to, right? You literally can outsource products, and you can find, someone to list for you, or pay someone hourly to do it, if you will. And your products will sell on a daily basis. So basically, how do we, where are we at? So basically, how do we find products that are going to sell well? Well, obviously, for those that are doing like e-commerce with Shopify and things like that, you guys know about jewelry, okay, or low costing products like this from China. So you can see here on my screen, this is our account, $1.59. We were able to sell about 5 of these keychains for $89. Why? A lot of people say, well, why wouldn't they just buy it for $2 on eBay? Because wealthy people make decisions based on they want something. They don't say, they're not looking for a better deal. So a lot of times if you list a product at a higher price, even though there's competition, it will sell. And why will it sell? Simply because people that find your product first, they just buy. They're wealthy. They have millions of dollars, literally hundreds of thousands sitting in their bank account, and they're just coming to eBay to buy something they like, right? So I want to talk a little bit about the types of products that have a high profit margin. Movies and games will have, and I'll say movies and games collector items. Okay, maybe not movies and games in themselves, but movies and games will have a high perceptual value as well as for collectors of, movie fanatics, game fanatics, right? X-Men Apocalypse, the new movie's coming out. People are going to buy memorabilia and keychains and, whatever, action figures. There's just a ton of things that people will see as a really high perceptual value because, so let's just give an example, right? I'm going to go into eBay, and something of a high perceptual value would be something like, X-Men. All right. And maybe not yet because I think they're just starting to talk about it. It comes out like in June or May. But it's always good to look ahead at what's coming out in the future. All right. So like Deadpool. Okay, so this is a mask that will have a higher perceptual value than $9 on Amazon. So you can probably sell this for $19.99 on Amazon. Why? Because typically you walk into a department store like Toys R Us or Walmart, you probably see these masks for like $20. So yeah, they could probably get it somewhere for cheaper, but the fact is you're looking for products, is my point, with a low cost for you and a high perceptual value when it comes to resale. All right, buy low, sell high. That's what we do. Anything you can find within at least $20 to $100 profit. You probably don't want to get too greedy when it comes to the past 40, $50 in profit. But there are items where we've made $100 plus on selling on eBay or Amazon or Shopify for that matter. So using Groupon and deal sites can be very profitable as well. So I'm just going to give you guys some really killer value when it comes to. I've been doing this since about last Christmas. Well, I don't do it anymore, but I have the girls do it. Ashley, her cousin, and of course, now we have an outsourcing team. But let's just take, for example, let's go into the clearance section. Okay, this is gold right here, guys. Olympia Hopkins backpack. All right, so what you're going to do is now you're going to go over to eBay or Amazon. Okay, in that case, so like I said, I use Amazon and eBay interchangeably because a lot of times what happens is it goes hand in hand. So Olympia. All right, so you got Olympia Hopkins backpack. All right, so sometimes it's hard to beat eBay, but look at this right here. Brand new Olympia Hopkins backpack, $59.95. You could make about, after shipping, well, they probably do free shipping on this order because it says right here, yep, free shipping over $40. So literally, this would cost you probably $43 with taxes, and you could sell this on eBay for, $60 minus eBay fee. What do they get? Like $4, Carla, something like that. Whatever, from $60. So point is, you could profit an easy 10, $15 by taking the picture of this and the description and listing it over on Amazon or eBay, taking it from, you're sourcing it from Groupon, but you're now putting it over on Amazon and eBay. Who thinks that's powerful? I mean, I'm telling you guys, I think it's powerful. All right. So I'm going to use that as an example. I'm going to move forward because I got so much stuff more that I want to talk to you guys about today. So you can see here a few examples of necklaces that we've been selling for months and months. I love you to the moon and back. What we actually started doing is sourcing these products to our house. So our next phase is what we're doing now is I have, like I said, Ashley and her cousin running that side of it. So we literally, when we get an order for necklaces like this, I love you to the moon and back grandma, I love you to the moon and back. What else do we have? Granddaughter necklaces, grandmother necklaces. We're literally shipping them directly from here. The girls weigh them out, they package them up, and they're shipping them out. And our next phase is FBA, all right, which is basically Amazon fulfilling the orders for you. But I've heard they charge quite a bit, so we're kind of going to scale up to that eventually. But right now, we're buying a lot of products and keeping them at the house because why? I'll show you. Right? Why do we keep them at the house? Because right now it's Christmas time. So what's happening is people want their items now. All right. So a lot of these items, you can see here, we've already been searching for them. A lot of these items you cannot get right away. It takes weeks and weeks and weeks. So you need to get them and stock them in your house. So you can see here 73 cents for a 10 to 15, $20 necklace. We've sold this necklace as high as $20. So once again, get the items, stock them at your house, and you can scale up that way. So That's kind of what I was talking about here. Most items take a long time from China, but you can order them and stick them in at home for literally pennies on the dollar. And we already took a look. Best practice is to have templates, emails to send to people when they order. So what's happening now is we know that some of the items that we're fulfilling, right? Some of the items that we're listing, we cannot fulfill before Christmas, all right, because it's the holidays, mailing process. They're coming from China, but a lot of them we already have here, all right. But the ones we don't, we have an email and we say, "Excuse me, ma'am, sir, we apologize due to holiday shipping, blah, yada yada yada. We cannot provide this item, but we can provide you a bonus gift if you decide to go ahead and keep your order and keep your purchase from us. AKA, I can send you 72 cents for letting me keep my profit of $8 instead of getting a refund." So, like I said, there's a lot of things you guys can do in order to go ahead and offset the customers that are not initially not willing to wait, right? Because most people say, "No, I want it by Christmas," or "I need it by a birthday," or whatever. But if you offer another necklace, they go, "Oh, well, that's $10, that's $20," based on their perception of what you're paying. So once again, best practice to have templated emails to send to people when they order that has a wait for a long time. Now, it's likely to find U.S. vendors on eBay as well, but you're going to pay. So let's say you sell a necklace for $12 and you find it for $7, and they can get it there before Christmas time. You're only going to make $5 versus if you had it in your house or you offer them a bonus, you're now going to make between $8 and $10. All right, so let me check out Carla talking about a killer technique. All right, I'm gonna let you speak on what that was or is. Friggin' brilliant, thank you. Looks like Brandy, Ashley's cousin, says happy birthday, Pearls. I call her Pearl, so she's joking. I just want to make sure I'm not skipping over any of you guys' comments. All right. And for anybody that wants to laugh when we get off the webinar, go and look at Ashley's wall. My nephew is doing his impression of me in a blazer. But anyway, check that out later on Ashley's wall. I'm just making sure I'm not missing any of you guys' comments. All right. So who's getting value so far? I know Dagmar is. She said freaking brilliant. So that just tells me she's getting some value. Okay, Matt, I got the replay for you, brother. No problem. Always. I'll talk to you soon. Who's getting value so far, guys? Love it. Cool. Anybody else? I'm keeping everybody's attention. I know there's more people that jumped on since we started. So that's a good sign. Keeping people's attention is definitely a good sign. All right. So I see some people on here that I don't know. If you see a friend request for me, it's simply because you're on my webinar and I want to at least connect with you, right? You're hanging out with me on my birthday. So I want to at least connect with you. So if you see some friend requests, that's why. Whoop. All right. Let me take a drink of this water, slow down a little bit. All right, cool. Nicholas, Carla, Dagmar. Looks like they're the only ones getting value. Just kidding. Busting everybody's chops. Come on, guys, chime in. All right, let's keep moving forward. So like I said, it's likely to find U.S. vendors. These are just some more examples of items that we sell on a pretty much daily basis. I mean, obviously some stuff like the Dragon Ball Z necklace is like every other day, a few times a week at least. But most of this stuff is autopilot for us because we've set the foundation. Kendra's taking notes. Shannon says, yes, great tips. Awesome. All right, guys, so fulfilling orders and customer service. Once again, stock up items that sell and offer as a bonus gift to your items will cost you 50 to 99 cents to satisfy a customer. That's better than giving a $12 or $20, $30 refund. What I've been doing lately and teaching the girls to do is going in and ask your buyers for feedback when offering a double order for gifts. Double order or bonus gifts. So what I've been doing is saying, hey, I appreciate you not minding to wait the whole time. We have templates, but here's what I'd like to offer you as another gift. Would you mind leaving a positive feedback? Please, no negative feedback. It affects myself and my family business if you leave a negative feedback. And most people don't want to leave you negative feedback. especially if you reach out to them first and just say, look, I'm going to make it right. I know you might have waited a little bit longer than you should have. I truly apologize. I mean, just have good customer service. That's my point. I did customer service for Yak in the Box, right? Fast food restaurant. Of course, that was a joke, Jack in the Box. But anyway, I did customer service for 15 years, guys. And the number one thing I learned is to satisfy your customers because they will come back. Okay. Finding items at big name stores for less and fulfilling orders this way is potential as well. What am I saying? There's going to be a lot of after Christmas, after Thanksgiving sales clearance for items that you could find, for $1 that used to be $10. Little toys, little things, little MP4 players or little electronic gifts that you could buy for you could buy in bulk because the stores are literally just letting them go because they didn't sell them for Christmas. You buy them up in bulk, list them on eBay or Amazon, and now you can make some pretty huge potential that way. So fulfilling orders with items that you already have in your house is always going to be a lot less stressful than having to find it or whatever. So you can see here, we said we apologize for the delay. We have had some holiday hiccups. Can we ship you a bonus gift as for the mishap? We're going to contact shipping to see why you have not received it yet. We do have them in stock, and shipping is just your supplier, right? So, but it's a way for them to say, okay, at least they're addressing my concern of my item that I haven't received. We do have them in stock with us that we can expedite today. We will send you a double order. We just started selling on Amazon. We already have been selling on eBay. We would appreciate if you leave a positive feedback. And most people, even if they don't leave a positive one, they're not going to leave you a negative one. Awesome. Thank you again. You're more than welcome. I understand this time of the year can be very hard. Merry Christmas. Blessed are the peacemakers. So you get people like this that she actually left a negative feedback, but because I inboxed her, right, and I got the app on my phone, so Ashley said, what do I do about this one? So I started talking back and forth with this lady. She removed her negative feedback. So I went from a 0% feedback on Amazon because we're new, right, to just no feedback as of now. And then this lady down here, unfortunately, due to the holiday season, the item is on back order. She says, please fill the order. Cool. Thank you. We'll send you another bonus gift, aka 50 cents extra. All right. So being consistent, guys, I'll tell you right now, this is not a business for people that are looking to just make money fast, right? Or make money, overnight. Now, granted, we did literally after we listed items. I promise you guys, I'm very transparent. Literally after I had the lady that's listing for us, one of the ladies, the next morning we started making sales in all of the cases. So as she's listing new items, Star Wars, autism, different things, I'm seeing sales trickle in from those listings. All right. So being consistent, especially out through the course of the year, so that when Christmas comes, I'm telling you, your life, your business can be changed. So even if you spent 10 months through 2016 making 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 a month, the potential for your business, I'm telling you right now, I know guys, I work with guys that make 200 grand a month in sales. So your potential for those 2 months at the end of the year is you having a 6-figure year just by staying focused on this stuff consistently throughout the year. So setting a routine for maximum effectiveness. So obviously we have a routine. When Ashley wakes up in the morning, she fulfills orders, goes through customer service. If it's a lot, we bring over Brandy. She'll help out. Scaling up by being consistent is what it takes to make it big with drop shipping, in my personal opinion. Now, once again, I'm not the guy doing 200K a month. You will actually hear from a guy doing 200K a month. I'm not sure if he's on here, but let's just find out. And no, he's not. But at some point or another, you will hear from a guy doing 200K a month, all right? But once again, being able to scale up is where you're going to make it big with drop shipping. And how do you scale up? You be consistent, right? A lot of people say, Jermaine, how do you have such a big following? Because I've been consistent for the last 5 years. I haven't given up. Jermaine, how do you have such a big brand? I've been consistent in building that over the course of the last 5 years. I haven't given up. So once again, I'm just being transparent. You need to be consistent when it comes to Amazon. This is not something where you come in and, like the kids say when you're on a road trip, are we there yet, right? You don't want to do that. You want to get in and you want to do what it takes to make sure that you're putting yourself in position to be able to scale like what we're doing. So maintaining great customer service, like I spoke about before, in order to bring positive feedback is going to be part of your consistent sales. Now, who's ever done outsourcing? Go ahead and chime in. I'm going to digress a little bit into the comments as well. Again, one last time, then we'll move forward. We'll close out this webinar in about 15 minutes. maybe 10. The compound effect. Exactly, Brandy. Communication is key. No one likes to be brushed off. Exactly, Dagmar. And I feel that that's been one of my biggest strengths. Why? Because I had employees that would tell me their life story, who some of them are still on my Facebook and they still love me, but they would ask me, they would tell me their problems at work, and I would listen. What if I brushed them off and said, "Oh, who cares about the boyfriend issue or the girlfriend issue that you're having?" No, you got to listen to people's problems sometimes. So Dagmar says never did outsourcing, but interested in how you get good people outsourcing. Compound effect. All right, so it looks like I've got most of the comments now. What are the biggest reasons to do outsourcing? A lot of people think, well, I want to save money. Okay, I want to, be innovative and do what no one else is doing. Now, outsourcing is nothing new. People have been doing outsourcing for decades, right? Or improve the quality of your services. That could be a part of it. You can see there's 13%. But really, what outsourcing is going to do for you is it's going to reduce your costs on an overall business level, right? It's going to reduce the cost when it comes to you having to put time into your business. Okay. And another thing it's going to do, the big piece of this pie you see here, is it's going to allow you to focus on the core of your business, right? So if I was personally listing products and always doing customer service and, doing those things that are the equivalent of it when I used to run restaurants, sweeping the floor, mopping the floor, wiping the tables, taking out the trash, how am I going to focus on the core of the business? Right? So when you outsource, you're able to kind of step back and you're able to, figure out what is the core of my business, and you're able to focus on that now. All right. So Lydia wants to replay. Definitely no problem. So paid traffic, guys. I'm going to talk a little bit about paid traffic and sponsored ads with Amazon. So this is something we just started. Okay. So literally all the sales you see are from organic searches, are just from using Amazon's, whatever, billions or, hundreds of millions of searches they get every day and tapping into Amazon's traffic. But, as you can see here, when you go into Amazon, there's a way to, there is a way to do your sponsored posting, which is right here, Campaign Manager. So for those that are familiar with Facebook ads, this is where you would go for sponsored listings, and it's actually a pretty simple process. That's one means of paid traffic. You got Google and Bing PPC. You got Facebook ads, okay, which I'm really delving into now with the Amazon stuff. And you got email marketing, and you got list building, okay? So I don't want to get too much into this stuff because we've been on here for an hour, and I know everyone's probably thinking, no, keep going, right? But I want to keep the replay to about an hour, hour and 10 minutes. So I'm going to start closing out this webinar. And what I'm going to do before I start closing out is I want you to drop any questions you guys may have about anything I've spoke of. All right. Now, getting outsourcers, you can work directly with me, or B, you can go to Upwork.com. You can go to Fiverr.com. I live in abundance. I don't live in secret. So I'm going to tell you where you can get them. But I will also tell you that sometimes can be a task in itself. So A, you can work directly with me, or B, you can go and you can look on Fiverr and you can find people to do things like listing on Amazon for you. All right. Let me refresh the page, see if we have any questions. Outsourcing online from the book, definitely the 4-Hour Work Week. Pick that book up if you don't have it. Nick says, I love that book. You can focus your time, which is valuable, on marketing and core instead of wasting time doing mundane things. Exactly, Dagmar. So this is the real key, guys, is being able to scale up. And remember, $25 PayPal to the most engaging person and the person that's going to be called to action at the end of this video to create, or the end of this webinar to create a video, a post, something about what you learned today. Tag me so I can allow it on my wall. And I want you guys to create a post no matter what. If you got value, if you're not worried about the $25, I just want you to create a post, all right, when we get done with this webinar. So paid advertising, as you can see here, Facebook ads. You can put up ads on Facebook for your Amazon products. You can put up ads on Bing. You can put up ads on Google AdWords, which you see down there. At the bottom, they have the sponsored products on Amazon. Thank Ashley for the nice screenshots here because I had her put this together kind of like last minute. But once again, guys, that's pretty much the extent of the presentation. But now I want to know who wants this model, right? Who wants to be able to get to $100 a day, 200, 500 eventually, and scale up inside of their business? Ashley definitely rocks, Dagmar. I would not be able to do any of this. I mean, any of it, very little of this, I should say, without her support and communication and doing a lot of, like you just said, those mundane things and teaching other people to do that. So Dagmar wants at least 100 to 200 a day, definitely. Well, we did 135 yesterday. Today's kind of slow. I'm just being honest. Like I said, I'm transparent. But we could look at like yesterday's numbers, and I think it was like, I don't know. Like I said, so today's slow. You can obviously see that here. We can do yesterday, custom date. And typically, I've noticed the last couple Sundays, I don't know if it's just because people are on chill mode or whatever, but typically, people, Saturday, Sundays are kind of slow. But like I said, people are transitioning from, think about this. Not everybody's going online right now to shop anymore. They're going in the store. Why? Because if they order now, they're afraid they're not going to get it by Christmas. So once again, everybody that's on this webinar, live or watching a recording, you're going to want to look into the future, not Christmas, because Christmas is over, guys. All right, you're not going to be able to tap the market this year for Christmas, but you can start to build your business very strategically, create the leverage in your business. And so once again, I just want to know who wants this model, guys. Exactly. Nick says, I'd love 2K profit a month and then scale up from there. You obviously need to order the FOF book. You do. Walik says, I need this like Obama needs a third term. All right. I'm sure some people on here will agree with you and some people probably wouldn't. But hey, that's a whole nother webinar, right? So here's what I want to do, guys. I want to bring out real quick, and because my battery's dying, me, I'm always transparent. I can go get the charger, but I got about 10%. So I want to bring out two people, and to those two people, number one, Carla, if you don't mind keeping it to about a minute or two. I hate to compress your value because you got so much of it, but in about a minute or two, if you can kind of just maybe add to or give a couple of tips and tricks, or add some value to this webinar, because I know you're already doing Amazon. I would truly appreciate it. But yeah, like I said, a minute or two. The floor is yours. You there, Carla?
Hey Jermaine, can you hear me?
I can. And real quick, for those that don't know Carla, she's crushing it already with e-commerce. She's been around a long time. If you don't have her as a friend, add her as a friend. I just made $17. I looked on my phone. That's always exciting. It never gets old. But anyway, add Carla as a friend, and she's going to give you guys some value. Go ahead, Carla.
Hey, I just want to say happy birthday for one, Jermaine. I had the privilege of spending my birthday sitting next to you in Houston, so this is kind of full circle. And I just want to give you real great accolades for putting the information out there in the marketplace. Um, Everything that I have ever learned, a lot of it has come from you, right? So I just go, I take what you put out there and I put it to work for myself, and that's what I just want to encourage everybody to do. A year ago, I was looking at doing eBay, and fear, kept me from putting stuff up there for the same reasons that Jermaine is saying. Sometimes it's money, sometimes it's worrying about where you're going to get the product. And I would just say, just do it, just list something. This is what I'm encouraging people to do, because if I had done that last year, who knows where I'd be right now, right? So that's what I've done this year. I've just battled that fear of what if, and turned it around, reframing it to what if I succeed. And so, like Jermaine had said, they sell successfully. I've not had a product not sell yet, right? And it's using some of the same techniques that Jermaine is using with the Groupon. That was a killer one. I'm going to actually put that one to work for me today, because I don't wait. That's the big thing. Don't wait to take action.
I love it. I mean, I don't think there could have been a better piece of advice that you could have gave. I mean, so thank you, Carla.
You're welcome. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Talk to you soon. All right. So like Carla just said, guys, I mean, the biggest thing is just list something, and that was what I realized. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Like I was being lazy. I go, man, this just sucks, right? Listing products. I'm just being transparent. This sucks. I don't want to sit here and sweep the floor all day, not because I'm above sweeping the floor, but because I know I want to see the bigger picture. How can I scale this thing up? So as soon as I, got my team on it, what happened was, like I said, literally sales started coming in, and the beauty of it was like I started like right around Black Friday, so I was like, wow, And then I said, okay, well maybe after Black Friday it'll die out. Nope, a lot of the same products that I'm consistent with because we're listing new products is starting to compound, and that's that compound effect that Brandy spoke of, or Brandy or Dagmar spoke of earlier. So I see a bunch of people that say they want this model. I did mention earlier that I was going to make a offer, and there's two reasons why I'm making an offer. Number one, because I know what I'm about to offer to you guys will definitely change your the path in your life. It will definitely get you closer to eBay and Amazon drop shipping. And I also know, the second reason that I'm making an offer is simply because when people watch this replay, they need to know what to do. All right, I have a lot of people that are saying I need the replay. They're emailing me or whatever. So I want to make sure that they understand what this webinar is all about and getting that value that they deserve. So thanks for hanging out, everybody, with me on my birthday. FAFormula.com. You can pick up my book. Opt in there. It will redirect you to my book page. Anybody that buys my book today, all right, is going to get Video Hitchhiker and Banner Ad Frenzy for free. Anybody that has already bought my book, you can inbox or message me, and I'll go ahead and get you those two bonuses. All right, that's the first offer. The next offer, guys, is pick up Dropship Inferno. Why? Because it's going to teach you the basics of drop shipping. Right? It's going to teach you the basics of how to get started. It's going to teach you eBay. It's not going to teach you Amazon. All right, but the people that pick up Dropship Inferno today, they grab my book and join Traveling Beasts for ongoing support. All right, probably wondering how much is Traveling Beasts. You know what? Here's what I'm going to do. It's my birthday. I've made a bunch of money over the weekend. I'm going to basically this offer is $77 for Dropship Inferno. It's $20 for my book, and it's $98 a month for Traveling Beasts. Here's what I'm going to do. For everybody that buys today by midnight, you guys are going to get Dropship Inferno. You're going to get my book, and you're going to get Traveling Beasts the first month. You're going to get that all within the Traveling Beasts for the $98 payment. All right. So what I need for you guys to do is just inbox me or click the link below. It's going to be $98 monthly, and you guys are going to get Dropship Inferno, which is literally selling for $77. You're going to get a copy of my book, and you're going to have access to Traveling Beasts. Okay. And you want more information about that, go to travelingbeast.com. And whoever jumps in, $98 monthly, I'm going to give you guys that. Now, don't take it from me. Once again, take it from some of my students. You can see DeShayla Flowers. She says, I'm so glad I came across Jermaine Steele. I followed everything in the training. I'm getting 0 cent clicks and engagements. I spent a little over $1 on Facebook ads and made a $38 and a $24 sale. Now, this was about 6 months ago. But she's still using these techniques today to get very cheap traffic in her business. You can see Scott Rayleigh here. Same thing. He uses these techniques to get really cheap traffic. You can see Nate O'Brien. A lot of you guys know him. Says, thank you, Jermaine. You changed my life, bro. No homo. Actually replaced both of those cars with cars that probably cost about 5 or 7 times each one of those. You got a Rolls Royce and I think a Maserati. And I share that to say, look, you can do anything you put your mind to, guys, if you just work for it. My first week using this system will end tomorrow. Launched 8 campaigns. Should profit between $400 and $500 a day. Once again, he learned a lot of that within the AZ Beast techniques. Now, the unneeded bonuses, guys, and I say unneeded because everything I've offered today I believe is well worth it without the bonuses. Everyone that takes action today, you're going to get a weekly list of products for as long as subscribe to Traveling Beast, meaning that every week inside of Traveling Beast, what we'll be doing is Ashley's going to be giving you guys a list of products that you can just list. All right. Access to all tools and resources to finding great products to profit big. So as I'm doing more and more webinars beyond this, you're going to get access to those updated webinars. You're going to get a private strategy session with the team or myself. Now, it might not be myself. I'm letting you know my time is very thin right now. So I do have people like Nicholas, who I'm going to let come out and speak for just a minute here, that also is assisting me in running a certain part of our business and our team that will be providing you guys with those private strategy sessions. So a chance to partner with me personally on a Amazon joint venture. So to apply to work with me, I was going to have an application there. But what I decided to do is if you want to work privately with me beyond Traveling Beasts, and you want to know what that offer is, I need you to inbox me, okay? Just so you know, I have about 7 people that I'm working with, and we will be working throughout 2016 to scale up a very profitable e-commerce business. All right. So that's it, guys. Once again, take massive action. What I want to do is bring out Nick and let him give a couple words. This guy literally has made over, I don't know, $10,000 in sales the last week, and has assisted me in a few different components of our business. And I'm really excited at what we're going to be working on together. So, what do you think, Nick? You got a mic?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, good. Sorry if my voice is a little bad. I'm just getting over a pretty bad cold.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah, no, that's all right. It's all right. So, yeah, I mean, we've been doing a lot of great things, bringing in some quality people to the team. And when I'm looking for people to bring in to Traveling Beast, it's not only to learn what we're teaching, but also people that could help expand the brand, bring in their knowledge. So by working with you, eventually they'll get to the point where they can start their own brand, and that was really important to me when um, getting into your coaching program. I thought not only can I help you, but I can also set myself up that when the time is right and I feel like I can move on, I could start my own brand or a spin off of your brand. So, but yeah, I'm really happy where I'm at right now, learning a lot of new things, and can't wait for 2016. We've got a lot of events planned. We're going to do 4 events. We're just throwing out some ideas on locations, Vegas, Orlando, Dallas. So those are going to be really cool. I'm going to do some big time masterminds, rent out houses. So, I hope to see a lot of you throughout the course of the year, and we can all share our ideas. And,
You there, Nick? You broke up a little bit on that last part, but I think we got most of it. You still there?
want everybody's ideas so we can kind of implement and expand. And, everybody gets the proper credit for what they bring to the team.
Definitely, definitely. Cool, man. I appreciate your feedback and everything you do, Nick.
No problem.
Cool, guys. So once again, guys, if you're already part of Traveling Beast, look forward to the Amazon uh, intro on Tuesday. Be doing an overview. This is going to be really good for an overview as well. But we'll be getting into more of the technical stuff and how to set up your accounts, how to find products, things of that nature. So for everyone that's already part of Traveling Beast, the paid mastermind, which is the $98 monthly, you will have access to the first 3 webinars. Now, if you want to work directly with me one-on-one, you want to get into a big outsourcing team and things of that nature, you're definitely going to have to inbox me and let's chat more about that because there's a lot of scalability going on with this. And I'm excited to see the bright future of those that decide to take action today. So I'll see everybody on Facebook. Much love, everybody. Jermaine Lee, Monster Steel, travelingbeast.com. See you guys on the inside. Peace.